For our project, we went to the Avon Park Air Force Range, located in Avon Park, Florida, which is about 30 minutes away from Warner. And in the next two pictures, it shows you the boundaries of the Air Force Range and a brochure that we received from the ranger. Why and how this park is important in preserving Florida ecosystems is that protecting lands will preserve water resources and wetlands, including lands important to the Everglades. And large landscape scale protection in this region provides opportunities to better align federal resources and strengthen locally led conservation initiatives. The first thing we saw was a Dahoon holly. It is a small tree, and this native holly has dark, oblong green leaves. It is an evergreen and is common near the stream edges, and it grows red fruits that are berry-like. And here is the red maple tree, which is a deciduous tree, which means they lose their leaves in the fall, but before they drop, their leaves are a dark red. The red maple is also beneficial to animals. Squirrels and birds eat the buds and seeds. Deer and other animals feed on their leaves and twigs. And here we have the ferns. We saw quite a lot of these. And they are the oldest plants following algae and moss. Ferns are different than lots of plants because they do not have seeds that flower. Instead, they reproduce spores that are found underside of the fronds. Then we tried to find the greenback heron. We were unsuccessful. Since we were unsuccessful, we looked to see if we could find any fish. We were unsuccessful at that too. This next section is what animals we found. We went off the trail and we found this. An animal burrow. Then we saw this little guy. We think it's some type of dragonfly. Here's a close-up of an ant. And here's a small spider. And a brown anole. And then we saw this. We weren't sure what it was, but we came to a conclusion that it could be animal feces or something burnt really bad. As we continued on the trail, we saw these. We think it's a fungus. Here's a tip mound. And here's a tree that fell. And another dragonfly. Here we have cypress trees. And then you can see the buttress, which is the wide part of the tree, that helps anchor the tree. And the cypress's knees, which helps the tree to get oxygen. We chose Lake Arbuckle Nature Trail because at the end it has a tower that overlooks Lake Arbuckle. And here's the overview. Here's another tip mound. And here we believe we spotted an epiphyte. Of course, more ferns. And we spotted a tree that was almost a tip mound. These leaves were interesting because they had more of a metallic shine than the other leaves. Here's another lizard. And a spider in its web. The last thing we saw on the trail was a wax myrtle, which is an evergreen shrub or small tree that is common and widespread in the southeast. It has shiny, dark leaves that are 2 to 4 inches long, and the waxy fruit is good for wildlife food, and the wax can be used to make candles. A distinguishing characteristic of this tree is the aroma the leaves and fruit produce when crushed. As we were leaving the Lake Arbuckle Nature Trail, we saw on the side of the road that there was a live oak tree. And its scientific name is Quercus virginiana. We decided to go to another trail to see what else we could find. We couldn't find the trail, but we explored where the campers stay. This pine tree was bent over, but its roots were still intact with the ground. And here's another epiphyte. When we were leaving the base, we saw on the side of the road a bunch of wild turkeys or some vultures. We also saw a family of sandhill cranes. We hope you guys enjoyed our video.